RHOBH Season 16 Gossip. Beverly Hills is back, and the diamonds are already cracking. The diamonds haven't even finished sparkling, and Beverly Hills is already serving mess. If you thought the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was going to quietly stroll into another season wearing neutral-colored couture and pretending everybody had forgiven everybody, please grab your champagne glass and sit down. Because Beverly Hills apparently did not get the memo about peace. The latest Season 16 developments are giving us new faces, old grudges, friendship fractures, family drama and enough potential awkwardness to keep Bravo fans refreshing their timelines. And honestly, this is exactly what a Housewives franchise needs. After a season filled with shifting friendships and emotional storylines, Bravo appears to be throwing more gasoline onto the fire. And I'm not mad about it. New Housewives, new problems. The biggest headline is the addition of Tracy Tudor. Tracy isn't exactly a stranger to reality television. She's already known for the glamorous, and sometimes brutally competitive, world of Los Angeles real estate. Now she's walking into Beverly Hills, where the houses are expensive, the handbags are expensive, and somehow everybody's emotional baggage costs even more. That makes Tracy an interesting addition. She understands wealthy Los Angeles circles. She knows how to sell a lifestyle. She knows television, and, most importantly, she knows how to speak her mind. That last part could become a problem. Because housewives don't necessarily need another woman who knows how to keep quiet. They need somebody who walks into a group event, hears a conversation happening in another room and says, "Wait, what did you just say?" And suddenly dinner is ruined. That's television. Flushed. Then comes Leah Remini. Bravo also added Leah Remini, and this casting choice has fans talking. Leah brings a completely different energy to the franchise. She's outspoken, funny, direct and already has a substantial television following. And let's be honest, Beverly Hills can sometimes become very polished. Everybody is dressed perfectly, everybody arrives in a luxury vehicle, everybody says they're in a good place. Then somebody starts crying in a bathroom. Leah's personality could shake that formula up. She's not entering the Housewives universe as somebody nobody has heard of. She already knows how reality television works, and that could make her less likely to get intimidated by the established women. And that is where things could get interesting. Imagine a group argument where everybody is speaking in carefully constructed housewives language and Leah simply says what everybody else is thinking. Somebody is going to need a second glass of wine. House Amanda Francis is out. Then there's the departure of Amanda Francis. After only one season, Amanda is leaving the franchise. That's the reality TV equivalent of getting invited to the party, taking your shoes off, grabbing a plate of food, and then hearing the host say the party is over for you. But this isn't necessarily a bad thing for the show. Sometimes a Housewives cast needs turnover. The danger is adding too many people without figuring out how they fit into the existing relationships. A cast can become overcrowded quickly. The question is whether Season 16 has found the right balance. And right now, Bravo seems to be betting that new personalities will give the show a fresh pulse. Revolving light Morgan Stewart, not happening. And then we have the rumor mill. There were reports and speculation that Morgan Stewart could be joining the show. Morgan herself pushed back on those rumors. Translation for Housewives fans. The internet had already cast her before Bravo finished making the decision. That's how Housewives fandom works. One blurry photo, one dinner, one Instagram follow, one person spotted standing within 15 feet of a cast member. Suddenly, new housewife confirmed. We have turned detective work into an Olympic sport. Morgan's denial should remind everybody that not every rumor floating around social media is a Bravo announcement. Sometimes a rumor is just a rumor. But that doesn't mean we're going to stop investigating. Absolutely not. Kyle Richards still has questions to answer. Now let's talk about Kyle Richards. Because if we're discussing Beverly Hills drama and Kyle isn't somewhere near the center of the conversation, are we even watching RHOBH? Kyle has been through friendship drama, family drama and relationship questions throughout her housewives journey. And the relationship with Dorit Kemsley remains one of the big stories. The two women went from friendship to tension, and viewers have watched their relationship change dramatically. There was a time when Kyle and Dorit were part of the same Beverly Hills social circle. Now, let's just say the friendship has experienced more turbulence than a budget airline flight. And that's what makes their dynamic so compelling. The question isn't simply, are Kyle and Dorit friends? The real question is, can these two ever sit at the same dinner table without somebody bringing up the past? Because housewives' friendships don't simply disappear. They leave receipts. Lots and lots of receipts. Cocktail Dorit doesn't need much encouragement. Dorit has become one of those housewives who can turn a simple conversation into a full production. Give Dorit a disagreement, a dinner table and 3 people willing to listen, and you've got an episode. And the tension between Dorit and Kyle has the potential to continue. But there's something else happening here. Dorit is no longer simply the glamorous woman who shows up in fabulous outfits and talks about fashion. Her personal life has become part of the larger storyline. Her marriage, her friendships, her finances, her independence, her relationships with the other women. There's a lot there, and Beverly Hills loves nothing more than taking someone's perfectly decorated life and opening every closet. Crown Bazoma is bringing Ghana into the conversation. One of the most exciting elements surrounding season 16 is Bazoma St. John's Ghana wedding. Several housewives reportedly traveled to Ghana for the celebration. Now this is the kind of housewives extravaganza fans want. Beautiful scenery, fashion, culture, luxury, travel, and, inevitably, somebody getting offended during dinner. Because let's be realistic, you could transport housewives to the moon and somebody would still say, "I feel like you weren't being genuine with me." The Ghana trip has the potential to be one of the season's biggest visual highlights. But the real question is what happens when you put this group of women together outside their normal Beverly Hills environment. Travel changes everything. People are tired. They're drinking. They're sharing hotel rooms. They're out of their comfort zones. And suddenly the little disagreement from 3 episodes ago becomes, "I can't believe you would do this to me after everything we've been through." Cue dramatic music. Baby Kyle is becoming a grandmother. And then there's family news. Kyle's daughter Farah is expecting a baby boy. That means Kyle is entering a completely different stage of life. She's potentially becoming the glamorous Beverly Hills grandmother. And honestly, I can already see the Instagram content. Designer stroller, designer baby clothes, designer nursery. The baby probably won't even know what a discount store is. But joking aside, this could give Kyle an emotional storyline that isn't entirely about housewives drama. Family milestones have always been part of Kyle's story. Watching her become a grandmother could show another side of her. Of course, because this is RHOBH, we probably shouldn't expect the family storyline to remain completely peaceful. This is Beverly Hills. Peace lasts approximately 11 minutes. Eyes and then there's Kim. Kyle's relationship with her sister Kim Richards is another storyline that continues to attract attention. The Richards sisters have been through years of ups and downs in front of the cameras. Their relationship is complicated, emotional and sometimes unpredictable. Kim's recent public appearances have once again sparked interest among fans. And here's the thing about Kyle and Kim. You can remove them from the housewives' cameras, but the history doesn't disappear. There are decades of family dynamics behind their conversations. That's why their interactions often carry more weight than a typical housewives argument. When 2 cast members fight over a dinner reservation, that's drama. When sisters have decades of history behind them, that's a different kind of drama. Moneybag Beverly Hills and money problems. One of the most fascinating things about RHOBH has always been money. Not because viewers don't know these women are wealthy. We know. The cars tell us. The houses tell us. The closets tell us. The vacations definitely tell us. But when money becomes a source of conflict, that's when the show gets interesting. In recent conversations around housing, finances and lifestyle are giving fans something to watch. The Beverly Hills fantasy is always that everybody is living the perfect life. But reality television exists to show the cracks behind the marble countertops. That's the formula. Luxury outside, chaos inside. Tears of joy. Beverly Hills is never really boring. Here's my prediction for season 16. Somebody will say the season is boring. Then somebody else will say the season is too dramatic. Then fans will argue about whether the new housewives are bringing it. Then one woman will announce that she doesn't want to discuss the drama. Then she will discuss the drama for 47 minutes. Then another woman will say, "I'm done." She will not be done. She will return to the table. Then somebody will bring up something that happened 6 years ago. And suddenly we're back where we started. That's RHOBH. Fire the real question. Can the new cast fix the formula? The biggest challenge facing season 16 isn't finding drama. Beverly Hills has drama. The bigger challenge is making the drama feel organic. Fans don't want manufactured arguments. They don't want every conversation to feel like somebody was handed a cue card. They want relationships. They want friendships that actually matter. They want genuine tension. They want funny moments. They want outrageous fashion. They want vacations. They want lifestyle porn. And yes, they want the housewives to occasionally act completely ridiculous. That's the magic. The best Housewives seasons aren't simply about women screaming at one another. They're about watching relationships evolve. A friendship begins. A friendship ends. Somebody makes up. Somebody betrays somebody. Somebody gets exposed. Somebody gets invited on vacation. Somebody doesn't get invited. And somebody inevitably asks, why wasn't I invited? That is the circle of Housewives' life. Nail care my RHOBH Season 16 verdict. So far, the setup looks promising. Tracy Tutor brings established Los Angeles reality TV experience. Leah Remini brings personality, humor and a recognizable name. Kyle remains one of the franchise's central figures. Dorit still has unfinished business. Bazoma's Ghana wedding gives the season an international event. Amanda's departure creates room for new personalities. And the family storylines give Kyle another dimension outside the group. But here's the shady part. Bravo better let these women actually be housewives. Don't overproduce everything. Don't make every disagreement into a season-long mystery. Don't give us 6 episodes of people discussing whether someone looked at somebody incorrectly. Give us real friendships, real rivalries, real luxury, real confessionals, and most importantly, give us women who aren't afraid to say what they really think. Because Beverly Hills doesn't need another season of everybody sitting around pretending everything is fine. We need the diamonds to crack. We need the friendships tested. We need the receipts pulled out. We need somebody walking away from dinner dramatically. We need somebody saying, I'm done with you. And we absolutely need somebody whispering to the camera, girl, you are lying. That's the Beverly Hills we came for. Popcorn final word. RHOBH Season 16 is shaping up to be a fascinating mix of familiar faces, fresh personalities and unresolved business. The casting changes could either breathe new life into the franchise or create another season where viewers spend more time trying to figure out who's friends with whom than actually enjoying the show. Personally, I'm ready for the mess. Because if Beverly Hills wants to serve as another season of designer dresses, expensive houses, friendship betrayals, family complications and women arguing over something that started at brunch 3 episodes earlier. Pass me the popcorn. The diamonds are going back into the jewelry box. The champagne is being chilled. The group chat is probably already fighting. And somewhere in Beverly Hills, somebody is saying, I don't want any drama. Which, of course, means we're about to get a lot of drama. Speech balloon your turn. What do you think about the RHOBH Season 16 changes? Are you excited about Tracy Tutor? What do you think Leah Remini will bring to the group? Can Kyle and Dorit ever really repair their friendship? And is Bravo finally giving Beverly Hills the shakeup it needs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And be honest, which housewife do you think is about to have the messiest season? Eyes Gem. Hashtag RHOBH Hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Hashtag Bravo Hashtag Kyle Richards Hashtag Dorit Kemsley Hashtag Leah Remini Hashtag Tracy Tutor Hashtag Reality TV Hashtag Housewives